Good night, Papua New Guinea, and welcome to another episode of Sports Scene. I'm joined here by Shane Saroya.
Elijah, thank you.
How have you been?
I've been good. I've been down with fever and a bit of headache over the weekend, but I'm feeling quite well today, so yeah, looking forward for the show tonight.
Have you been to any sporting venues over the weekend?
Not really. I've been based at the office over the weekend, but I heard you caught up with the CRU guys, the CRU Grand Final over the weekend.
I was at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium for the Grand Final of the Capital Rugby Union here in Port Moresby.
Very good.
And coming up on our show tonight, we have an exclusive interview with Michael Marum. And also we'll be showing you some highlights of the Capital Rugby Union Grand Final. But before all that, here are the weekend sports briefs for you.
On tonight's sports briefs, after a stellar year of sports in Papua New Guinea, 33 finalists have been chosen from 138 nominations for this year's SP Sports Awards. Among the 11 categories are nominees for Male and Female Athlete of the Year and Team of the Year, while in Sports Media category, EMTV is one of the nominees for its coverage of the 2015 Pacific Games. Identical to last year's awards, 11 categories have been announced, which include the Male and Female Athlete of the Year and Junior categories, as well as the Team of the Year and the National Performance of the Year, which recognizes the best sporting performance domestically. On Sunday, the National Triathlon was held at Ella Beach, which attracted athletes around the country vying to get a spot at 2016 Pacific Islands Triathlon Championships, which will be held in Honiara, Solomon Islands. Team Wewak in the likes of Kazma Kamangip, Israel Numbuk and Dallin Ombul took out the male sprints event. The championship with the aquathlon event, 300 meters swim and 2 kilometers run, followed by the super sprint, 300 meters swim, 500 kilometers cycling and 2 kilometers run, and finished off with sprint event, 750 meters swim, 20 kilometers cycling and 5 kilometers run. And round 10 of the NRL Premiership saw Dragons 16 defeated Riders 12, Eels 20 lost to Rabbitohs 22, Panthers 30 brushed aside Warriors by 18 points, Storm 15 versus Cowboys 14, Sea Eagles 6 were trashed by Broncos 30. Knights 0 got hammered, Sharks 62 points. West Tigers 4 went down to Bulldogs on 36 points. And in the Super Rugby Round 12, the Highlanders 34 defeated Crusaders 26. Rebels 22 went down to Brumbies by 30 points. Hurricanes 29 defeated Reds 14. Waratahs 31 defeated Bulls 8. Sunwolves 17 drew with Stormers 17 all. Cheetahs 34 won Kings 20. Lions 43 defeated Blues 5, Jaguars 22 lost to Sharks on 25 points. And back to the Digital Cup Round 5 results, Engamioks 24 versus Wagi Tumba 20, Hela Wigman 26 versus Mandy Muruks 18, Lay Tigers 18 versus Simbu Warriors 18, Gulf Isapias 24 versus Goroka Lahanis 4, Rebel Guris 26 versus Port Moresby Vipers 14, Hagen Eagles on bye. That's the sports brief for this week. Join us again for another sports brief next week.
And that was the weekend sports briefs for you. Now in the NRL, the Sharks defeated the Knights 62 points to nil. Yeah. Sad, devastating loss there for the Knights, and also Broncos beat Eagles 30 points to 6. Yeah, and Sports Awards, MTV.
Yeah, MTV got nominated for the Sports Media Award now.
Yeah.
It's a very, I think it was after the Pacific Games that we got that award. Exciting times for the company, really proud to be
Anyway, we're gonna head off for a few messages and we'll be back with more of Sports Scene.
Welcome back to the show. Now, the Capital Rugby Union, or CRU, held its grand final over the weekend at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. Now, the battle was between the University Piggies and Defence. Now, Elijah, you were there to catch all the action.
Yeah, I was there. It was a really, really good game. Close. It was pretty close, but then University came out victorious in the end.
Yeah, okay. Without further ado, let's take a look at the highlights.
Since kickoff, both teams proved their stance in the competition and just why they both made it this far to a grand final appearance. While both teams remained scoreless in the first half, University had several opportunities which would have placed them in the lead. However, the windy weather conditions were far too strong. A 0-0 scoreline by halftime, but as the second half commenced, Defence had been awarded a penalty just in front on the try line, pushing them 3 points ahead of Uni. 2 penalties to Defence and it was a 6-0 scoreline, but the heavy forward pack in the University's premier side allowed for the ball to be carried further into the opponent's defensive line. A missed conversion brought the University Piggies to 5 with Defence in the lead by 1 point. As Piggies' defence improved by the minute, Defence became weak in attack and had no choice but to again opt for another penalty kick. With a minute remaining and 4 points in the lead, anyone would have thought Defence would be back-to-back champions. But in the true nature of the University Piggies, the down but not out spirit shone through, adding an extra 5 points to the table, securing them a 1-point victory. In the women's division, Spartans defeated Wanderers, claiming this year's 2016 Premiership title. Harlequins defeated Valley Hunters in the under-19 division. In the A-grade division, Wanderers battled with the University Piggies in a match that went down to the wire, keeping the crowd on their feet. Wanderers proved to be the better team, beating Piggies 8 points to 7. In an ugly display of sportsmanship, disappointed Defence supporters attacked University supporters at the end of the match. As soon as the crowd settled down, they carried on with the presentation of medals and trophies.
Congratulations on your win. What do you have to say about the boys' performance?
Just unbelievable feeling for the boys, the club itself. We've been down for the last couple of years. We needed some inspiration. The boys got it to themselves that it's about time we did something for ourselves. And for that, they did so well this year. We were not supposed to come this far. But the boys committed themselves, on and off the field, in the training. We didn't have much of a training field, but it was a great effort. I think Defence did a great job today. They had us right to the final minute, but the temperament, what the boys had was the heart and soul came up towards the end. They really wanted to win, and thank you to the boys, the forwards especially, who did a hard job. And the backs just finished off what the forwards did today. Defence did a great job in holding us, but they couldn't hold us right to the end, and we had to come through sometime. But that's all I could say. Brilliant effort today.
Disappointing loss, but you guys still played a really good match. What do you have to say about the game today?
I think the boys thought that we were going to play until the 78th minute, I guess. And I think credit to Uni Piggies, they stayed fighting until the final minute. And The score wasn't I guess a true reflection of the effort that my boys put in. We dominated a lot of areas, but it's just that converting it into points was a problem, and it goes back to the players. Their execution on the field was off today, I must say, but that's just the way the game goes. You blink and that's it.
And what do you have to say about the season this year? The boys?
Yeah, the season, I must say, it's due to, as we all know, circumstances beyond CRU's control. We had a short season, and I think I take my hat off to the tournament, the competition manager rather, Paul Joseph and his team. They've done a great job with the time frame that we have of using the facilities, and a season like this, at least after 17 months of, without a competition that's last year, we're able to put in a season again, and Paul Joseph and his team have done great. And I think it sets us on a good tone for a bumper season next year.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at the recent Pacific test between the Fiji Butties and PNG Kumuls. Now we have an exclusive interview with, Elijah did an exclusive interview with the PNG Kumuls coach, Michael Marum. Elijah.
Yeah, it was, we were honored enough to have an interview with him, and he talked about their preparations when they were there and now with the Hunters and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, it took Papua New Guinea 16 years to register a win on foreign soil, and Michael Marum is the man of the moment. He was the brains behind the Kumuls' first win. So without further ado, let's take a look at Michael Marum's interview.
Thank you very much, Coach, for your time. First of all, congratulations on the Kumuls win. It was also your debut as well as a head coach. And how would you describe the Kumuls' performance against Fiji?
Yeah, I think, thank you. Yeah, it was my first coaching job as head coach. But yeah, no, it was a good trip, 1 week. We didn't have a lot of time, but we had 6 days there. But the boys put everything together in that all week, and then the result came. And just the NRL boys plus our local boys really mixed in on that first day when we arrived. So yeah.
The first of 2 Pacific tests tonight, and first up, it's Fiji against Papua New Guinea. Fiji ranked 7.
Yeah, we wanted to go out there and just compete against Fiji. We knew they were a big side. All the talk around Sydney, all of that week was just based on Fiji all throughout the week. When we were the underdogs there, so. And yeah, now after the first half, I knew with one man short in the first half, towards the end of the first half, second half, trailing by 8 points. Now I knew we were going to come back, but yeah, now I went back down there and just spoke to the team and asked for a special effort in the last 40 minutes when the boys put in when they went back into the field in the second half. Yes.
Brandy Peter was stopped. Now Baptiste threads his way around the ruck and crashing through the ball. They've come up with another try, PNG.
We were looking at halfbacks before selection, so the halfback I was looking at was Ray Thompson from the Cowboys. With him ruled out. I had a meeting with him a month ago, and he said to me, "You can't play." And yeah, so, and with that in mind, I was thinking of going for Watson. Was my first pick, but he played well. It was his first game, but he played a few ISC games already. So, with the combination of Wartowo and Ase, his brother. I think that worked out well because they've been playing along for some time. So yeah.
Gunner, but he didn't make it, and Mead goes straight up the middle through a big hole. The Gold Coast fullback David Mead, captaining PNG.
When we got into Sydney, we all met up at the Sydney airport, and then they got in early and waited for us on the bus, and then we all got in, and I just briefly introduced everyone on the bus: Kurt, Kato, Rod, Griffin, and Mead, and then we took off, and then we went straight to the hotel. We were supposed to do a recovery first before team photo, but we sat there, and the NRL blokes got up and said, well, we need to do team photos now because we're running late. And then they asked for captain, and then because I didn't even announce the captain yet, so I just said, pull him aside and said, Dave, I'm just gonna put you captain for this game. And he turned around to me, and I could see tears in him, and said, okay, now you'll be captain. So when we took the team photo, he sat next to me. So then straight after, I texted chairman, told him that I was gonna name him captain, and yeah, he promised me he was gonna put in a big game for us, yeah. And that's what he did.
Here's a gap. Williami straight through looking for support, and he comes to the fullback, and both are stopped on the spots. David Mead.
He put his body on the line there. I think he was the last person defending at the back there, so no, I think it was the right choice. We had him as captain and also playing fullback, so he saved 2 tries there. Yes.
Chased by Mead, and Mead stops him scoring. Another try saver.
I think a few boys there. Okay, Mead, okay, Nana McDonald, the experience from the NRL boys, and also Wartovo. Okay, at Damiaf at one stage, when really Minoga got in, he only played for 7 minutes, came back out with a knee, and the option was just keep Kurt at Baptiste at Uka, and just keep Wartovo out there in lock forward, playing as another halfback inside. But you know, he had a big game too. So defensively, I think that last one-on-one strip nearly cost us the game. But now Bears defended well. Yeah.
He spots a bit of room and takes a tackle from Adex Wera, who lifted a much bigger man, and PNG celebrate a famous victory.
We asked for one more game. Okay, the coaching staff sat together, and after the game we did some feedback on that week, what needs to be done probably next time around. But and now we want to play one more test match, and hopefully before World Cup next year. But and it's all up to the International Rugby League Board and PNG Rugby League. I think the funding is going to be a problem there. But you know, we're asking now for one more game. Okay, Fiji been ranked above us. Now that we beaten them, they probably be dropped down a bit, and we might see us jump 1 or 2 spots up. But yeah, no, we want to play one more test match to probably hopefully mix some regional cup players together with the other boys playing overseas too. So. You know, it's I think it's just a weekend where NRL brings puts those 4 teams together. I think we were thinking that the winners win a playoff at the end of the year, like what they did two years ago. But it's not the case now. So now Tonga, Samoa, they ranked above us. So probably I don't know why. Probably that's why they gave them the shield there. But yeah, now we want to just keep playing probably 1-2 more games, and yeah, now we would just want to get the boys out there and play a bit more game here.
And now over to the Hunters. You guys have a game this weekend?
Yeah, we had a bye last weekend. Easy 2 points there, but you know, back in training now. Our trip, we go away to Rockhampton against the Capros. They had a loss against Black Hawks on Saturday at Townsville. So they'll be tough to be there in front of their home crowd at Brown Park there. So now, we got all our boys, most of them back in training now. So we announced the side Tuesday, and then yeah, we travel on Friday for the game. Yeah, I think a few of them wanted to play the ESL Cup again last weekend again with the ESL Cup teams, but we stopped them. I stopped them not to play because they need to rest up before going for another 7 rounds before next bye. So, but yeah, no, everyone's recovered well. Tiara Kumul, that's probably injured out for 4 weeks, is Willie Monoga, but that's he's been looked after by a physio in Brisbane and also Townsville. So he's gonna miss up to 4 or 5 weeks. Apart from that, Watson Boas picked up shoulder, so he looks like he won't be taking the field for another 2-3 weeks, and he's seeing the physio again today. Ase Boas, that week in Sydney, he was just mainly, he spent the whole time with the physio, just working on his hamstring. So he's not back in camp yet. So we hope he comes back and passes medical test before we name the side here.
Yeah, Michael Marum, he's a very awesome guy, very humble person, and I was honored enough to have a chat with him about the Kumuls. Yeah, and the SPPNG Hunters as well.
Yeah, Papua New Guineans have been calling him our very own super coach, Wayne Bennett of Papua New Guinea, Michael Marum.
And
yeah, still the Intra Super Cup, PNG Hunters are in 2nd place. Now Michael Marum have a lot to do.
And we wish them all the best in this year's Intra Super Cup season.
Definitely. This time I think the boys are going to come home. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they can and they will because of, you know, how they're playing this year. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Sportsing.
Welcome back. Now before we go, we take a look at what's on this weekend. Now starting off with the NRL Round 11 draws. On Thursday, 19th of May, we have the Dragons versus the Rabbitohs.
On Friday, we have a big match between the Cowboys and the Broncos.
And on Saturday, 21st of May, we have the West Tigers taking on the Knights, and the Warriors versus the Raiders, and Sharks versus Sea Eagles.
On Sunday, two games on Sunday, that's Panthers versus Titans, and then Bulldogs versus Roosters.
And on Monday, the 22nd of May, we have the Eels taking on the Storms.
Now over to Super Rugby. On Friday, the Crusaders take on the Waratahs.
And on Saturday, 21st of May, we have the Reds versus the Sun Wolves, and the Chiefs versus Rebels. And that will be followed after by Force versus the Blues. And to wrap it up at the afternoon, we have the Lions taking on the Jaguars.
And on Sunday, the Sharks take on Kings and the Bulls take on the Stormers.
Now over at the Intra Super Cup, we have our PNG Hunters taking on the Queensland Capras.
And that's what's on this weekend, a jam-packed weekend it's going to be of sports.
Definitely, Elijah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show. Thank you very much, Shane, for your time.
Of course, Elijah, thank you. Now, if you have any queries regarding tonight's discussion, you can find us on MTV Online or visit our Facebook page, or do drop by at Baroko Garden City 2nd floor and ask for one of our sports reporters to assist you out. We'll be more than happy to help you out.
And that's all the time we have for you tonight. You can join us same time, same place next week.
Until then, it's good night.